Governor Kim Reynolds is once again sending state troopers and Iowa National Guard members to Texas to help enforce border policies. Her decision comes just a day after a visit to the southern border. Local 5's Megan McPherson joins us with more. Megan.
Stephanie, Governor Kim Reynolds was one of many governors who joined Texas Governor Greg Abbott in Eagle Pass yesterday. The U.S. Supreme Court recently ruled that individual states do not have the authority to enforce border security and that the task should be left to the federal government. But both Abbott and Reynolds demand that Texas should be able to defend itself and its borders.
Iowa is 1,000 miles from where I was standing yesterday afternoon in Shelby Park, 1,000 miles. But yet the border is now in our backyard.
Iowa resources are heading south to aid Texas Governor Greg Abbott in his fight against illegal migration.
We are expanding to further areas to make sure that we will expand our level of deterrence and denial of illegal entry into the United States.
Monday, Governor Reynolds accused President Biden and his administration of inaction at the border.
President Biden has rolled out the welcome mat to anyone for any reason, abandoning the constitutional duty, his constitutional duty to protect our country and defend its citizens.
In an effort to explain her plans to send more state troopers and National Guard soldiers from Iowa to Texas.
I've also informed Governor Abbott that Iowa stands ready again to support Operation Lone Star.
According to Governor Reynolds, nearly 250,000 people were detained at the border last December. She also said 2 Chinese nationals were arrested in rural Iowa last week in connection to a fraud case. And while the use of razor wire at the border has temporarily been prohibited by the U.S. Supreme Court, Reynolds continues to defend the tactics.
These tactics alone that Texas has put in place has resulted in a 79% decrease in traffic at Eagle Pass.
Reynolds says that federal pandemic relief funds will be used in order to send the group down to the border. Stephanie.
Megan, thank you. And a bipartisan group of senators on Sunday unveiled a long-awaited bipartisan border security package. This would be the first major overhaul of the country's immigration system in years. This deal also includes new foreign aid for Ukraine and Israel. President Biden calling it the toughest and fairest set of border reforms in decades.
I just believe that there are enough Republicans in the Senate who are sincere about solving the problem, as opposed to those who want chaos at the border because Donald Trump thinks it's a good election issue, that we can get this passed.
Former President Trump has already rejected any border bill, calling on Republicans to vote against it. Come Wednesday, a key vote on the bill is expected.